do this, Mom. It made me look ugly over there. I need a makeover. Had the skin looking all bad. My hair was nice. About it. Line up.
Sorry, y'all. Should share it on the page too. Hey, family. How you doing? Come on into the room. You gotta add it to your timeline too.
Huh?
You gotta add it to your timeline. We will be talking about the grieving process. Yesterday, y'all was ready for me, and today, I'm ready. See, I got on my baby pat that my sister made for me. Anybody in the house, say hi. Mm-hmm. Hello. Hey, family. Mm-hmm. Nobody's in the room yet. Patience is a virtue. How you doing? If you're in there, say hi. How you doing today? Okay. How you doing, Pata? Oh, I had a struggle, and it was nothing even wrong with my with my live yesterday, but I thought it was. So I want to talk about the grieving process due to the fact that I'm still going through my process. It's been 2 years, well, 7 years since my son was murdered, and 2 years. My daughter's going on 3 years with her. So it was like, went through one death, and then 5 years later, I was doing the same thing over. And first time, it was like I was empowered. I was helping and encouraging people, and I didn't grieve. So I was on a mission. It was like my son lit a torch under my feet, and I was like, I gotta go. And then my daughter died. Something really happened. It was like, they say a piece of you dies, and it actually does die when you when you lose your child. You know, it's different than losing my mother. I lost my mother in 2014, and so I just went from deaf. It was like 2010, my son, 2012, my marriage, 2014, my mother, 2000 for the end of 2014, my bishop, which was my daddy, and I need to make. You want to help me? I am she. Be one of my moderators, please. I'm just learning how to do this, but I know it has to be done. So, you know, I went from that to being in a hospital 2014 for, I had a root canal, and I ended up in a coma for 7 days. And when I came out, I can't see the chats. Okay, so I need to make her a moderator. Add. Okay, I got you. Thank you, I am she. I love you. Thank you. Let's see. I just went from one devastation to the next. You know, God brought me out of my coma and even gave me my mind back, because I had lost my mind for a little while. You know, I was afraid of everything. And then from that, I lost my baby. So I was just in a really, really, really dark place after that. I isolated myself, stayed in the house for like a year. You know, I met a guy, and I just wanted to get out of here. My mom died in my apartment, so I was like, you know, I hated being in this neighborhood, because, you know, when you drive out, you look at the area where she was laid out there in the street, and I just hated it out here. So I left and I went to Detroit for a little while, and that didn't work out. So I came home October of last year. And the funny thing is, people don't even know that I'm home. A lot of people still think I'm in Detroit, but I'm not. I've been that quiet. And I'm usually a person with a voice that encourages and helps people, you know, through their stuff. But what I learned through this process with my daughter was that I got to learn how to love me. I got to learn how to take care of Stephanie and allow myself to grieve. And it wasn't easy. You know, it wasn't easy. But God, even though I pushed him away, he stayed right here with me. And I was angry. You know, I have dreams. And I remember having a dream that I was at my church in Oakland. And it was Mother's Day. And I was sitting, me and my son came, and we were sitting. You're amazing. Thank you. We were sitting in the back of the church, and I always sit in the front. I always sit at least 2-3 rows in the front. And so I was sitting there, and my son was like, you know, I was like, I don't even want to be here. I don't want to raise my hands. I don't have nothing to say hallelujah about. And I just remember, I can't remember the whole dream, but at the end I was saying, God, why you take everything from me? Why you keep taking everything I love from me? And I woke up and I was crying, and I was like, oh, how can I be mad at God? You know, I got a whole book of stories that God have saved me from. He have kept me. And I couldn't understand how could I be angry with him, but it's a normal reaction. And if anybody says that they've never been angry at God and you're so holy that you can't admit that, shame on you, because we're human first. And so, oh my gosh. Okay, sorry about that. Phone going off. So I sat there in my stuff for the last year since I've been back, feeling sorry for myself, you know, unable to work. I've been fighting my disability for years, and I haven't been able to win. And I actually decided to get back into the psychiatrist chair. I'm skipping over a lot of stuff, but I want to hear from people too. I had to take medication after my daughter died, because my best friend, she was like, sis, look, I know you don't want to take no drugs, she said, but you might need something. You might need something to help you. And so I started seeing a psychiatrist, and she put me on this medication. And actually, it helped me because you blow and I was crying. You blow at me and I was crying. So it actually helped me from being so sensitive. I'm still sensitive, but I'm not as. I'm still taking the medication now. God hasn't released me from it yet. But I believe that this forum that I'm doing right now is going to help me heal and help others to heal, because I meet so many people. I'll be in a grocery store, and I'm always talking about my kids. And people will say, "Oh, you're strong," because my auntie lost hers, and she ended up in a nut house. And I hear all these different stories, and I'm like, well, I ain't too far from it, but I'm not there. I'm still here. I'm not even fighting, but I'm still here. But the last few months, well, what really woke me up was this Kanika Jenkins story. I was just going through YouTube, because I'm a YouTuber, but I never watched videos like that, and I came across the Kanika Jenkins, and I was like, whoa. So I started watching this guy, Mike Lowry, and he really, I love the way he illustrated everything. I love the way he broke it down. I love the way he said it. So I didn't sleep for probably I'm still working on getting my sleep back. But something was tugging at me, and it was saying, did you do enough? You didn't go out and protest when your baby was ran over, when she got ran over walking across the street on a crosswalk, and they said the cameras weren't working, but I'm sure they were working if you run that light. So I was thinking about that, and I was like, wow, did I do enough for my babies? And I said, I got to do something. I'm sitting here not doing nothing, and I'm just wasting away. So after watching his channel for so many weeks, I reached out to him, and I was like, I want to do what you do, but I want to do it in a different form. And I said, I want to have a place where people that have lost children to violence can come and share our stories and, talk about the grieving process and all that stuff, because I know this is what I realized with the deaths of both my kids. People move on with their lives. The funeral over, they're gone. They don't think about it no more, but you still there with it. And you start to feel like, I can't talk to anybody about this anymore because they're tired of me whining over my kids. But until you know what it's like losing a kid, you really never know. So I know there's more people that feel like me. So all of the different transitions that I have went through, I wanted a place where we could discuss. And so as me and Mike was talking about my book, he said, Stephanie, you got so many different subjects to talk about from your book just by itself. And so I said, okay. He said, people will get bored if you're just constantly talking about death. And, yeah, it's needed. But, so I thought about it, and I was like, he was right. And so this forum is going to talk about just subjects in my book, grieving, molestation, rape, runaway, abandonment, rejection, depression, drug addiction. I went through all of that. And God, I'm still here. I'm still here. God loves us so much, that he walks us through what we're going through. I don't understand how, because I'll be wondering, okay, how did you let that happen? But he's still right there, because I'm still here, and you are too. So there has to be a God, and I know it. It has to be a God. I buried 2 kids with no money, and both their funerals were done in excellence. And what I want to talk about is the process. And I'm still new to this YouTube thing, so I don't know how to bring somebody in and stuff, but I can't see any questions. I can't see the chat. Okay. So if people are asking questions, okay, I just see I am she in here. Okay. Oh, okay. So I am she. We could just talk, get to know each other. When they come in, they come in. But it is what it is. But like I'm saying about my process, I basically already talked about, my process. It's lonely. It's very, very, very painful. And, there are many things that I could have done, during the deaths of my children. Could have went back to using drugs. I've been clean from drugs for like 30 years now, and I actually started using drugs when I was like 15, probably like 15, but I got hooked when I was around 17, and that was like the connection that I had with my mother. My mother was on drugs, and I started using with my mother. And, the things that go with using drugs, you get to selling your body, you get to doing tossing up, and I was doing all of that. And especially if my mother, was fiending for it. I remember this time when she was like, I'm finna go. And I was like, you're not going by yourself, so I went with her. So we went to this drug dealer's house, and she propositioned him. And he looked at me and he said, I want your daughter. And I'm like, whoa. But my mother, I love my mother. I love my mother. And there was nothing I wouldn't do for my mother. So I did it. And I remember him saying, your mother ain't shit and don't give her nothing. And why would she sell you for some drugs? And thank you. So I did that, and he wanted from the rear end, and when I was molested, that's what happened to me. So I was like, I was devastated, and I really thought, damn, my mother really did just allow me to do this for her. But it wasn't nothing I wouldn't do for my mother. I mean, growing up and wanting her love was everything to me. It didn't matter, how much she rejected me. I did everything I could to make her love me. How old was she? How old was I when she died? Or how was I with the drugs? Oh, I was 16, 17. 16, 17. My two boys had got taken from me. They had went in foster care. And then my grandmother ended up with my youngest son when you went to the guy's house. Oh, how old? When I went to the guy's house, when she did that. Yeah, I was 17. I was 17 years old. And I didn't think twice because, my mother she was fiending. And you got that part? Okay. Okay. So let me see. What was I saying? A lot of folks ain't coming into the room, and they was like hitting me up. What's going on with the people? But it's okay, because we gonna do this. Me, you, and my son is in here. It's okay. It's okay, because they gonna come, because this is definitely needed for the world, because the church ain't helping people with these type of issues. I'm sorry. They teach us how to be emotional, how to shout, and I'm good, honey. I'm a praiser. I run around the church, but the church can't fix these issues I have. And I believe that people need something real now. They don't want to hear the word. They don't want to hear the word. They don't want to hear you, quoting them with Bible scriptures. They want to see something real. They want to prove to me how good God is. And that's my thing, because I know that I think about the scripture that says all are called and few are chosen. Everybody want to be a missionary, they want to be a preacher, a bishop, but they don't understand the price that it costs to be all that and to be authentic. I don't want the call on me. I just want to give back what I was given, because God kept me, and to encourage other people. But yeah, church is a trip. So, it's absolutely taught me how to, girl, my mouth is worse. I'm trying to be nice, but you gonna see. You're going to see I got a mouth on me. And you know, God says, come as you are. You know, people act like in front of people. Don't let me start talking about that because, girl, I will go in. Because people be like, girl, you got to, you know, be this certain way. Don't drink in front of... who are we really convincing? Are we convincing God? Who are we trying to impress, God or the people? Because God sees us in everything that we do. So I'm going to be me. I cuss. Everybody know I got a bad mouth. You know, I'm real. I don't know how to be nothing else. And I don't know how to fake. And I don't know how to put on the mask so that I can impress people. Because people really can... They can put you up on a pedestal and they can take you back down. So why would I put myself through all of that? I'm going to be Stephanie. And God's girl, that's who I'm going to be. Because I'm his girl. I know I'm his girl. So, yeah. So what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? Okay, let's see what we won't really go into the grieving process today. We'll go ahead and build our little thing here. But let me see. You heard me on mic, so you heard a lot of it. But you know, of course, it was a lot that I left out. But you know something that I noticed that I told my sister I was going to talk about. I've been so busy for years talking about me being molested. That one day, I think I was like 36 years old. My sister was putting some singles in my hair. And I was talking about it. And she said, he did the same thing to me. And I said, whoa, hold on. My sister like damn near 40. You know, I never knew that my uncle was messing with her too. And, you know, she called me the other day. And she was like, my uncle called her. And he was like, do you think what Stephanie said is real? And she said she just got really irritated. She said, yes, the fuck I do, because he did it to me. And I was like, whoa, you said that. And I was like, damn, you know, you think that all these years, my family didn't even believe me. And they still don't know my sister. I'm putting that out there right now. They still don't know that he did that to my sister. So that's out there now. Because Facebookers, you will see this. But yeah, and I think about me and my sister growing up. I always felt like, you know, she was queen. You know, she had my mom, you know, adored her. She was like the good girl, but she was like the sneaky one. I was the bold one. I just do it. And so I always have felt like, you know, she was better than me. You know, she did everything better than me. She had her daddy. She had my mother. And I remember my grandmother telling me, my grandmother was like she was like my angel. And yeah, that molestation will cause mental illness. It definitely will. And we definitely gonna talk about that because I'm crazy as a best bug. I'm crazy as a best bug, and that's because of all this stuff. You can't. How do I see you? Cheyenne don't know how does she see me, Amari. Go to my daughter-in-law trying to come in there. Go to my Stephanie Bonner page. To my Stephanie Bonner page. Bonner page. She probably ain't friends with me on there. Yeah. Page. All right. So, always feeling, you know, inadequate to my sister. I just kind of grew up with that feeling of not being good enough and needing approval from people. And I remember my grandmother telling me, she said, you know, you think your sister is everything. And she said, but you the one. And I didn't really understand what she said. And I'm not here to tell my sister's story, so, but I know some parts she won't mind if I shared. I started my addiction like really early in life, and I stopped. And, you know, my sister started hers pretty late. And, but she's delivered now, you know, but I'm not here to tell her story. So, but it made me see that I was strong. When my grandmother was saying it's you may think she's the one, but it's you. And I never could understand what that meant. I never could understand what that meant, but I saw it in my mother and I saw it in my sister. You know, I know that they desire my strength. And my strength came from a 12-year-old girl in the streets trying to live, trying to make it, trying to take care of herself. You know, and back then, thank God, the world ain't like it is now. It wasn't easy, but hell, I was able to sift through some stuff, you know, and I'm still here and I'm not dead. So, being out there in those streets, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to hustle. You got to, you know, I did some of everything. You know, I never stood on the corner and prostituted. I was told I had to, and I was taken out there, but I didn't do it. But hell, I still turned tricks. I still had to get my money. I still had to get my whatever it is I needed, you know, at a very young age, you know, because survival is something else. But I see that even now that my mother's gone, my sister has always had somebody to go to, even me, you know, even me. And because I know I'm strong. But after I lost my daughter, something happened to you, girl. I mean, I went to a really, 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 really bad place. But I'm looking forward to where I'm going now. So, hold on real quick, sis. We got to exchange each other's numbers because I already see you going to support me. You said you was too, and you did, and you are. So I appreciate it. Because a whole bunch of times I don't feel like I have nobody. No, I told you I can't see the live. How do you see it?
You got her two S's.
Oh, hey, baby girl. So, you know,
She said, "How old was your baby girl?"
she was, you know, the crazy thing. She had turned 25 years old, January 31st, which was a Saturday, and immediately the next Saturday she got killed. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that story. You want to hear that story? So I think I told it that night, but I'm gonna say it again. I have received. No, I was writing on my Facebook because this one I was still trying to empower and do all that stuff, and I had just wrote on my Facebook because my book was getting to be released, and I had just wrote. I said I'm feeling some kind of way. I don't know what it is. If it's the labor pains of the book. You know, I don't know what it is. And that was at 10:08. You can go to my Facebook and find it and see it. You be like, damn. And like 15 minutes later, somebody knocked on my door. And I don't associate with anybody around here. So I was like, who is this lady? So she said, are you Pooh's mom? Because that's what they called my daughter. And I said, yeah, who are you? And she was like, you might, you know, I think she got hit by a car. I said, what the hell did you just say? So, I'm rambling through the house and stuff. And I'm not going to cry this time because I got to get better at this. I'm rambling through the house trying to find something to put on. So I called my neighbor. She went up there before me. Her son, like I was saying, he was out there already. And he had on no socks, no, you know, big old Caucasian guy. He said, come on, mama. So we ran. And, you know, I got up there. And the police and stuff ran to me. And they said, I couldn't go over there and see her. And I said, why? Is that my baby? And so Julie was like, yes, that's her, Stephanie. And I said, why I can't go over there? And she said, because she's dead. And so I just remember started hopping up. I don't even know how I wrote a post on Facebook, but I wrote a post on Facebook that said my baby is gone, my baby is dead or something. I don't even know how I did it. I don't remember. Hey, Liddy Bella. Hey. So, I started screaming and jumping up and down and, you know, just going in and trying to call my son, but I was shaking so hard. So finally, I don't know if she called. I don't even know how I got my son. But the next thing I know, I was looking across the street, and my son was ripping off his shirt like he was Incredible Hulk. He's a big dude, you know. And so I'm looking at all these cops, you know, surrounding my son. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want the cops to beat him up, because my son wasn't trying to hear what they was saying. They was like, no, you can't go over there. And he's like, you know, the hell with that. The hell with that. The hell with that. And so I'm begging him. I'm like, Omari, please, 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 baby, please. I don't want them to hurt you, you know, please. Because I understood what he meant, because he was like, wait a minute, again, my sister. Okay, I already did this with, so he thinking the same way. My baby sister's out there, you know. So he was pissed. He was enraged. And all I know is people started coming to the scene. They coming from Oakland. They was coming from all over the place. And it was a lot of people out there. You know, it was like hundreds of people across the street, but all my people was on the side of the street with me, which was the opposite side of where my baby was at. So basically, we stayed out there, and I could just remember keep saying, you know, God, what part of ministry is this? What part of ministry is this, God? You know, what is this? What? You know, so I think I did so good during the funeral time. I was strong. I didn't sleep, though. I didn't sleep. My sugar went up real high. So I was sick, and I refused to go to sleep till everything was, you know, because we didn't have insurance. And, you know, my Facebook family and friends, they helped me, you know. People brought money in. They would bring money to my house. I mean, it was just awesome how quick food. I mean, I had never seen that kind of love, but my family wasn't there. And I was like, okay, God, okay. So this is the deal with my family, is what I could see. I don't know what their problem is with me. I've always been real. I say what I got to say. I'm raw. Tell it like it happened. And I think a lot of them have a problem with me because, you know, in the midst of me saying what I'm saying is helping people. And, you know, people don't like the truth. People don't like the truth. So my family pretty much turned their backs on me, especially when the book came out. My mother, you know, she willed me out of her will. I'll tell you guys that story on another one, because we're going to deal with all these different topics. But my mother basically was angry at me, you know, probably until she got on her dying bed. And then that's when she was really trying to make peace or whatever. But my son died. My family didn't come. And I was sitting there, and they was calling my son, telling him to go over my auntie's house. I was like, what the fuck he gonna go over my auntie house for? And this is the house where the death was. What the hell he gonna come over there for? So he was like, Mama, they want me to come over. I'm not going over there. They need to be over here. So that happened. But all my Facebook family, my friends that I have built through the years, they all came through. And so finally I called, and I cussed them out. And they was like, well, you have all those people. I said, the people are only here because you ain't here. They know your ass ain't coming to show up. So, yeah, they going to come here and be here. I'm still very passionate about this because it hurts. But I'm over it. I gotta move on past it because people may never change. But I gotta still move on. And so the strange thing is they did the same shit again when my daughter died. No family. Facebook, everybody, my two girlfriends. My girlfriend that I've been friends with for a long time, on her daughter's godmother, you know, she basically did both of the funerals. Both of them did both of the funerals. My sister girl, Deidre, she did all of the paperwork stuff for the funeral, all that. She did, because I was messed up. I couldn't really, especially the second time. So my girls took care of the funeral. They took care of the food. They took care of everything. And so my sugar was real high. So they was like, the hospital was like, well, you need to bring her in. And I was like, I'm not going to the hospital. Not going to the hospital. They tried to give me some pills to make me go to sleep. And I was just acting a fool. I was just talking like I was drunk. I just kind of lost my thought. Oh, so somebody called me. You know, I had a family member here or there, you know, pop through. But my whole family should have been here. My whole family should have been here doing the funeral. I shouldn't have had to say nothing. I shouldn't have had to ask nobody because that's family. So I got real angry. And I called and I cussed him out. I said, don't even come to my daughter's motherfucking funeral. I said it just like that. I mean, I cussed him out so bad. And so after that, you know, all my girls was around and they was like, well, you know, Stephanie, we need to check and make sure your sugar okay. And my sugar went down. They was like, wait a minute. Her sugar went down after she cussed her family out. So I had friends that were saying, I am afraid of her family. If they come up, do not leave her with them because I've never seen nothing like this. So think about how embarrassed I was, how hurt I was. I have a cousin that plays ball that could have paid for my daughter's funeral. They ain't do a goddamn thing. They didn't do a goddamn thing. And it's okay because God did it. Nobody will ever say about Stephanie that they can take the credit for what for what God does for me. That's why I'm God's girl. Man, can't nobody take the credit because they disappoint all the time. I'm in Detroit reaching out to my family because of a situation that I was in trying to get home. I don't want to put that out there yet. That's another topic. And trying to get home. And I guess not. I guess they don't like me. I don't know why. I was the one that was molested. Nobody protected. Girl. So I reached out to him and I was like, you know, I'm trying to get home. Plane ticket, $300. We'll pray for you. I have an angel. And I had a few angels. I know, I answered. I have a few angels that, you know, PayPal me money and stuff. And I have this angel. She sent me the money for my ticket. And I came home that same day. And I mean, that was painful. I was like, wow, family. You know, and these are people. My granddaddy was a prominent minister in San Francisco, you know. He was a prominent minister, you know, well known and stuff, and it's sad. It's sad. She said, "Thanks." No, he got you. So you gotta watch my back when I don't see something to tell me. So, you know, where I'm at with my family now is probably like I am with everybody. It's just nothing there anymore. I just got to move on with my life, you know, and, you know, why I keep getting disappointed and hurt when people do the same thing over and over again. Apparently they're not going to change. And God's they're going to have to answer to God for all of that. My mother, everybody is going to have to answer to what happened. Mm-hmm. That's it. Hey, Marie. Thank you for joining in. If you got any questions, just let me know. My son will be watching out for me too, and also my girl, I am she, and she is I. Yo, okay.
Has anyone apologized or said?
No, well, my uncle did. This was 2012 when I was devastated from my husband with what he did. That's another whole... Y'all been through so much stuff. You would think I need to be in a nut house. But God. So, they were having a barbecue or something for my cousin going off to play the ball, going off to play basketball. And I went over there with my cousin. And she, so I was drinking. And I know I was outside because the first book I did with the authors that I did with the 13 women called Stories of Transformation, I did a chapter in there called From Bondage to Beauty. That's what really pushed me to finish my book because I just could never finish the book. I just, write, put it down, find a painful area, put it down. So that first chapter went out. So my uncle came up to me and he was like, yeah, so I heard about your book. And I was like, uh-huh. And he was like, man, I'm tired of feeling like a pervert. And I was like, my book ain't about you. My book is about me, my life. I said, now, if you have something to do with something that happened to me in that process, then that's on you. But my book is about my life. And so he apologized. And the funny thing about it was 2 of my aunts was sitting, listening in the window. So this is like years later. I mean, years, almost 30 years. That they finally believed because they heard him say, I'm sorry. And he even apologized to my son for what he did to me. So the molestation part for me, I can help a lot of people with that because I'm healed from it. I just don't go around. I don't go around him. And I forgive him. Because he got to pay for that. I got the scars of it. He taught me how to be a hoe. He taught me how to get money from dudes and stuff. I'm even delivered from that. So, God will turn your pain into your purpose. And, that's just one of the onions layers that had been peeled off me. So, anybody want to talk about something else? I have so many different things to talk about. And today, I guess we free for all. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. I don't know what's going on with it. I have no idea. But, who cares? My son was asking me that I put on Facebook that I was going live, and I said, yeah, I did. It's on them if they don't want to hear it. It ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. This is just the beginning today. The crazy thing is, all these days we've been trying to figure out why I couldn't do the live. And it was something so stupid. It was me. It was me, and I drove my son crazy. Trying to figure it out. I said, boy, the devil don't want this message to get out. He don't want people to be encouraged. He don't want me to be encouraged, because this is encouraging me too right now, because I need it. I need people. I need to open myself back up to be able to allow people in my life, because you can't go through this life by yourself. And I have really been going through it by myself. I have really been going through it by myself. Oh, good, because I got a fat neck and ooh. Okay. Yeah. She said she saw her doing the test. And yes, girl, me and my son was trying to figure it out. It was like, okay, I can't do it, but we doing it. So, I was trying to figure out how to do it on, I'm here, got you. That's my word. Amen. Thank you, Mama. Thank you. I appreciate it. Something good is happening, though, right now. And I want you guys to pray for my baby, for my son. He's getting ready to go pro boxing. And I feel like that's going to help him, too, because I've never seen my son so angry. And I know it's from him losing his brother and his sister. And, he blamed himself for a long time. I didn't protect my brother, That was a big one. That was a big one. And so, well, forgiveness is a daily process. That's not nothing that we all gonna just be the master. Because sometimes you got to go back and forgive them again. You got to go back and forgive them again. You got to go back and forgive them again. But it's not for them, it's for us. It's not for them, it's for us. So that's what I do know. And that's why I think the hardest people for me to give is my family. Because my grandmother, we were a very, very close-knit family. Holidays, I was around the way, but the holidays, I was there. My grandmother, I love that woman so much. And, I know she's still watching down on me. But when she died, I just lost the urge to even be around them anymore. I think the family just kind of split up, but they all got each other's back. It's just my back they don't have. And I'm even include my sister on that. They just don't have our back. And it's okay because we have God. I know I got God, because sometimes I don't even feel like my sister got me. But, I have to understand that I'm different because of the things that I went through. Whereas I used to box as a teen. Oh, okay. Yeah, he ready to go knock some heads off. He is ready to go knock some heads off. So he just had all of his physical stuff. And he already got his boxing license. So I think he's getting one more thing for him to go, his medical stuff. And then he's going to be ready. He's going to be ready. And I haven't even told people. So this is the first time I'm putting this out there to the world. And y'all look out. I think Tyson was off the hook. This brother got some stuff. I hope they last around. Let me see. I moved where now, wait a minute. Don't feel alone. Don't feel alone. Do you know that I went through that for 47? How old was my mother when she died? I was 44. She's been gone since 2000. Yeah, I went through that for 44 years. I went through that for 4. You are not alone. And check this out. We here now. We creating a family right here. Because I know that feeling. And like somebody said earlier, that sometimes families are created by people, that we meet, not our blood relatives. And learning that the hard way, don't take yourself through the hard way. Don't take yourself through that, because know that it's not you, because it's nothing nobody should ever be able to say to separate you, the love from your mother. And if it can, then those are some things you got to pray about. Got to pray about. Got to pray about you. Got to pray for your mother. You got to pray for your sister. And that's the hardest thing, is to pray for. And excuse me to say this, but our enemies. Our biggest enemy is us, though, because we will beat ourselves up, and it ain't us. Sometimes it ain't us. Sometimes it's just people. I was sitting in. And I'm going to even say this. I was sitting in Mike Lowry's room, and I would say a comment. And I go through this all the time. It's probably why I isolate myself. And I was like, every time I say something, nobody say something to me. And I was like, dude, why people don't like me? But it's not me. I can't hold on to that. And I feel like that everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, at church, I feel like I don't fit in nowhere. I isolate myself. And now it's just easy for me to just shut it off and don't even be bothered with people, because, people hurt you. People hurt you. And sometimes it ain't you. Sometimes it's because of who you are. And that's what I'm learning, that people are just intimidated because of my strength. And I don't understand it for nothing in the world. I don't understand how you can have haters at your lowest point. But you can. People hate because of they can see what you can't see. People hate. Why? But they do. Yeah, you said it right. Hurt people hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. I'm an only child. Oh, happy birthday. I could sing too, but I'll give you a private happy birthday song. I ain't gonna sing on this live. My voice ain't all that, but happy birthday. I failed. Okay. Ooh, I'm sweating. Let me get some a paper towel.
Turn it down.
Because I'm sweating like something else. Okay. Take my glasses off. I can't see. And I got these dark circles because I don't sleep very well. So how old were you? How did you make this year? You don't want to tell nobody your age. That's outright. Oh, okay. Happy birthday. You know, we had to celebrate. We got to exchange numbers, remember. Where are you guys at? Let me see if I can see where people are coming from. Can you tell? No. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We just get wiser because you know what? These young girls is looking older than us anyway. NYC in the house. Who else is in the house? We got New York. I am really hot. I am sweating. Oh my God. And I got my baby's hat on. I never wore it before, but it sits on my dresser. But I'm hot because I ain't cute, y'all. You see, I'm real serious about this because I'm usually cute. I usually don't leave the house unless I'm sharp. I'm laid, but you know, this ain't about being cute. This is about healing. So, okay. Let me see. I'm gonna have to come to New York because I want to go shopping. I want to go shopping out there. I love clothes. I love. That's a part of me that came from my pain too, but I'm not like that anymore. Good luck picking up. I used to disguise my pain through the way I looked. I would go get my hair done at the shop like 2 times a week when I wore the short hairdo. And, yeah, please. I wouldn't. My kids hated me growing up because they could not leave out the house. Mari will tell you he hated. He was like, man, we always got to look cute. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That was one of my masks. But I don't wear it no more. You see, I'm on here to the world. I don't care how I look. You know, I do clean up well, though. So let's see, what else could we talk about today? No to racist. Let's see. Y'all need to come to Cali and visit. It's lonely out here. You know, I want to talk about that because people need to hear this. You know, I don't know how other people, when they've lost something so close to them, how their friendships dwindle away, but it seems like through my daughter's death, I lost people, and I don't know. I'm just taking a chance to say that because it could be that I pushed them away. I don't even understand it. But you know, if you would have been at my daughter's funeral, you'd have thought I was President Obama. the way they covered me. It was like, I mean, people was like, Stephanie, that was just crazy. You know, I had people tell me, they was like, that was crazy how they was all over you like that. And where they at now? I have my BFF. You know, even with my BFF, I've kind of felt like I pushed. I don't know, sometimes I feel like I was abandoned by her. But I understand that life goes on for people. It goes on. When you sitting there, you know, people don't want to sit there and watch you wither away either. So it could be a lot of reasons why I feel like I feel. I mean, a lot of reasons why people do what they do. But I definitely have felt pushed away and thrown away during this process. But I know a lot of it has been me. It's been me. I know a lot of it has been me. Oh. Girl, we got this crazy little dog in here. And I don't like him, but my son forces him to be his grandmother. But I don't like the dog. So let me see. I don't know. I didn't kind of we didn't gotta. I mean, this didn't go out the way that I wanted to do. Was talking about the grieving stuff, but I did talk about it, and I think we're all just getting to know each other. So, you know, let's just have fun tonight. Because I think I'm gonna do this. I don't know if I should do it every day. What do you guys think? Or twice a week, 3 times a week? You can have DJ. DJ get on my nerves, girl. You can have him. He's I don't know what kind of dog he is, but he eats up my stuff.
You just got your website.
My website?
You got your website, Facebook, and all that.
Yeah. Just go with.
But not your IG.
I don't have no gut no more, sis, when it comes to this kind of stuff, because I don't know how to feel no more. I really don't. I really don't know. I just know that I got to get up. I know that I got to get up. I got to get up from here. I don't know. I'm just taking it one day at a time. I just know that I got to get up. I know that I got to get up. So have any of you had to deal with any of these issues that I've went through or overcome? I'm sure it's a bunch of stuff. Let me get my book. I'm going to just read you guys some of my titles. I'm slamming in my arm. That's ugly. Is it? Ugh. That is gross. Uh-oh. What do I do with it? Is it in here? Where's my book at? Uh-oh. Yeah. Amari's in here cooking dinner. Because I don't like to cook no more. Okay, I know you guys seen the book. And I think, did you guys get the free chapter that I gave out? Did any of you get it? I know I am she and she is I got it. Okay. But this is the book. This is the book with the whole story. And like I was saying, I have to republish it again. And you didn't get it? Okay. I'll the chapter that I did from Bondage to Beauty is the one that I gave out. So right now the books ain't in the store. They're in Amazon, but when you go to Amazon, I think it's at $500 for a damn book, and that's because they're not in inventory anymore. So the few that's left, but ain't nobody gonna pay that, and I wouldn't. Well, I'll give my story away before somebody have to do that. But I'll send it to you. I'll send that chapter to you, and anybody else that wants it, I'll send it. But here are some of the titles in the book. Look at that picture, how fat I was. Wait, where was that? I used to be a big girl, but after I got out the hospital, no, I'm not paying for copies. No, this is a book that's already published. I'm just giving you my chapter because it's 14 stories in it. And I'm going to send you my chapter. Don't worry about all that. The book is $15.99 once, but I don't know. It may be more than that because I'm going to do an extended version. I'm going to do extended. I told you I know how to. I know how to make it. I know how to get right. Look to up now. But the first chapter of the book is called Uncovered, and that's basically me uncovering my life. Uncovered me. The title of this book was very subliminal for me because the first time I did it, before I actually came up with just this title, it was uncovered by the blood. Uncovered by the blood of Jesus and not covered by men. What was it called, Amari? Uncovered by the blood of Jesus. I don't know. I can't think of the first title I had. So we went through a lot of different uncovered. And the last guy that, because I was in the studio doing a song that was supposed to go out with this book. And this guy from New York actually had did a version, because I had it done like in 5 different versions. I can sing, but I can't. I can sing and I can write, but I can't put it together. Put the song together. So I had this guy from New York who put it together in the best way that I heard it. And what happened? He's the one that said Uncovered Me. So that's where I came with Uncovered Me. And Losing to Win, I had no clue putting that title down there I was going to lose again, but you know, that's the title of the book, Uncovered Me, Losing to Win. So the first page, the first chapter is Uncovered Me. Uncovered. The second is A Painful Arrival. The third chapter is called The Setup. The fourth is Spinning Out of Control. And the fifth is Further Descent. And then chapter 6 is Giving Birth. Chapter 7 is Love Peeps Through. Chapter 8 is Turning Point. Chapter 9 is Closure. Closure is a big one for me because I had just met my father a few years ago for the first time. So that's dedicated to my father. And then 10 is Desperate Choices. And then 11 is My Job Experience. And then 12 is Realizing the Root. Chapter 13 is Celebration to Devastation. And that's really talking about my son. And then chapter 14 is He Lit My Torch, talking about my son. 15 is called Losing to Win. And then 16 is Digging Out the Roots. So I'm going to add some more chapters to that. And I'll probably expand on my story even more in the book. And you know what? It's the best healing process. I believe that that's how I was able to heal from the molestation, from a lot of the stuff that I did, writing your story down and putting it on that paper. It makes it, kind of makes it final. So me writing that book had to, and I get you, I started writing. It took me from 2002, I started writing in 2002. It didn't get finished until 2014. So look at how many years. It takes some time to do, but just do it, because what I learned when that first chapter went out from bondage to beauty, I had to go see a therapist for a minute, because I was like, oh, they know my story. They know all my little stuff I did. Oh, I had to deal with the humiliation. I had to deal with the rejection from my family. I had to deal with all of that stuff. It's stuff that come with writing that book. It's because when people read your book, they're being encouraged. And let me tell you what I was doing, and maybe I need to do it again. What I was doing with my business, because I'm just reading that question that you asked about. I used to write little stories, but that's good. I finished it. I will finish your book though. But this is what I started doing after I did that anthology. So I put together an anthology for people called Turning Your Pain into Purpose, and I had. First, I had like 22 writers that committed to write in it and share their stories. And then I think I ended up down to 18 people. I mean, it was men and women. It wasn't just women. It was white women. It was black women, and people from all over the world. And after everything happened with my ex-husband, I had to shut everything down because I was tore up. I was really tore up after our divorce. So, and then everything else happened. So, I haven't picked that up. So I think now is the time for me to start, really thinking about where I'm gonna take my business. My God's Girl T-shirts, I'm gonna launch that as I'm doing this. You guys will see all the progress of things that's gonna come back to life that people have been waiting for years. But when you go through all this stuff, it's hard to do. It's hard. I had to just shut everything down. I just shut everything down, and it's time to get back. It's time to get back. So I see light. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, you sound like me. You look like a baby yourself. You sound like me. I had my first when I was 15. And then by the time I was 21, I had 3. So I know what that is. You only that's all right, because guess what? the thing that was good about me having my kids so early was I got friends with 4-year-olds and 10-year-olds, and my kids is grown. You know what I'm saying? So that was my reward. I'll see you in the kitchen. Good job. Yeah. So yeah, but writing, I think writing is a healing process. It's a big one, because I remember when I first started reading that story from Bondage to Beauty, I read one little line of it when I'm going to speak somewhere, and I just get the boo horn. And now I don't cry. Now it's talking about my kids, but I'm even going to get better in that, because I know that this is going to help me to heal. It's going to help me to heal, and hearing other people stories as well is going to help me to heal. It's going to help me to get through get through this, you know, and keep moving forward. So, ladies, let's see. We've been on for 70 minutes. I don't want to overdraw anybody, but what did you guys think about what I said about doing it a day or twice a week? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Oh, y'all in New York. I'm going to have to come to New York to come see you guys. Because I do love to travel, and I don't have no little babies. I can do what I want to do when I want to do it. I can take this live with me wherever I go. Oh, I don't want to give my number out. So how do we're here to support each other? Yes, yes. So I think probably 2 days a week to start off, and then from there, see how it goes. And then regardless, people can come back and see this video, you know, regardless if they watch it live or not. It's still, the message is getting out there. So that's all I need. That's the most important thing for me. Other than when I have somebody come on the panel, which I have to learn how to do that. I don't know how to do that yet. But we need to exchange numbers. I don't know how we're going to do this without, email. Omar, can you type my email in there? Can you type my email in there? Nuh-uh, he in there messing with the TV and the dog following him around. Okay, I got yours. I can get it. I think I can get the messages off. I can get it off of Mari's. The crazy one, the crazy email. Let me see. GGS. Hold on. Come on now. GGSL. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Okay, this is the wrong one. You know I can't see. Oh, GGSLFETYLE 1 at Gmail. Good night. Did you get the chapter, Marie? If you want it, get my email off of here and send me an email, and then I'll reply. Omari did it. Okay, I love you guys already. Thank you guys for spending some time with me today. And I'll talk to you. I am she and she is I. I'll talk to you in a minute. And I'm going to send that to you. Y'all spread the word so we can get on here. Because I really want to go deep into this book and these subjects because it's so necessary, especially the molestation. I've noticed that, how big that was when we was on Mike's channel. Have a blessed night, you guys. And you guys, there is a donate button. My son hooked up my page. So it ain't necessary to do, but it's there. Because this is going to be my job to do this. This is exactly what I'm called to do. So thank you guys. Love you guys. And I will see you. What's today? Thursday? So I guess I'll do it tomorrow. It's tomorrow at 7. I'll do it tomorrow at 7. So that'll be my 2 days for this week. And then, you know, I'll try to figure out something that we can just discuss and just do that. Okay, I'll talk to you guys in a minute. Love you. We out.